Good afternoon, one and all. Today we are going to discuss about the losses and efficiency of a DC generator. Okay, in the previous class, we are discussing about the types of a DC generator. Okay, what is the classifications are there in the case of a DC generators, that all will be discussed in the previous class. Okay, now in the present class, we are discuss about the what is the formula for that efficiency and also losses. Okay, what are the losses are there in the case of a DC generators? Okay, that all will be discussed in the present class. Okay, coming to the losses. Okay, the losses in the DC generators are basically it will be divided into three types. Okay, the losses are divided into three types, that is copper losses, magnetic losses and mechanical losses. Okay, therefore in the DC generators, the total losses are classified into three types. Okay, copper losses, iron losses and mechanical losses. Okay, copper losses means okay, I square R losses. Okay, this type of losses is also called as the I square R losses. Okay, copper losses means I square R losses. Okay, then again these copper losses is classified into three types. Okay, that is armature copper loss, shunt field copper loss, series field copper losses. Okay, these copper losses are classified into three types. Okay, that is armature copper loss, shunt field copper loss and series field copper losses. Okay, basically the copper losses are classified into three types: armature, shunt field and series field copper losses. Okay, next coming to the second type of losses, that is the iron losses. Okay, these losses is also called as the core losses or magnetic losses. Okay, that iron losses are classified into two types. Okay, that is hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. Okay, that is hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. Okay, next coming to the mechanical losses. Okay, these losses are classified into two types: frictional losses, windage losses. Okay, the mechanical losses are classified into two types, that is frictional losses. Second one is the windage losses. Windage losses. Okay, these are the various classifications of a losses in DC generators. Okay, iron losses, copper losses, mechanical losses. Okay, the iron losses are classified into two types: hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. Then mechanical losses are classified into two types: frictional losses, windage losses. And copper losses are classified into three types: armature copper loss, shunt field copper loss, series field copper losses. Okay, first coming to the copper losses. Okay, what is meant by the copper losses? Okay, these losses are also called as I square R losses. Okay, this losses is also called as the I square R losses. Okay, this copper losses is depending upon the square of the current and the resistance. Okay, the copper losses is depending upon the square of the current and the resistance. Okay, which increases the current. Okay, therefore the amount of heat generated is also proportional to the resistance of the conductor. Okay, therefore the amount of heat generated is proportional to the resistance. Okay, the amount of heat generated is proportional to the resistance. Okay, therefore the resistance of conductor is inversely proportional to the cross sectional area. Okay, normally we know the resistance R is inversely proportional to the cross sectional area. Okay, therefore the copper losses is depending upon the resistance, and then if decreasing the cross sectional area, then we automatically increase the resistance. Okay, if the increases in the resistance, then heat is also increases, then automatically copper losses is also increases. Copper losses is also increases. Okay, various copper losses are the first one is the armature copper losses. Okay, armature means what is the symbol for that armature? Okay, that all will be seen in the classifications of a DC generator. Okay, this is the symbol for the armature of a DC generator. Okay, these two are the brushes. Okay, this is the armature A and these are the brushes. Okay, by using these brushes, we collect the current. Okay, therefore, the armature copper losses is the Ia square Ra. Armature copper losses is the Ia square Ra. Okay, these losses is about 30 to 40 percentage of a total losses. Okay, this losses is about 30 to 40 percentage of the total losses. Okay, therefore the armature losses is obtained 30 to 40 percentage. Okay, next coming to the field copper losses. The field copper losses is ISH square into RSH. ISH square into RSH minus in case of shunt generator. Okay, ISH square into RSH. That means the field copper losses. Okay, shunt field copper losses. Okay, but the current flowing through this shunt field is the ISH. Therefore, the shunt field copper losses is ISH into RSH. Okay, or V into ISH, or it is called as the V into ISH. Okay, next coming to the series field copper losses. Series field copper losses means the ISC square RSC. Okay, therefore, the series field copper losses is ISC square RSC. Okay, in case of series generator, the shunt field copper losses are constant. Okay, the shunt field copper losses are constant. Okay, the field copper losses are about 20 to 30 percentage. Okay, this type of copper losses is obtained 20 to 30 percentage, and armature copper losses is obtained about 30 to 40 percentage. Okay, about for 30 to 40 percentage. Okay, understand what is meant by the copper losses? Copper losses means the I square R losses. Okay, copper losses means I square R losses. Okay, this losses is proportional to the square of the current and the resistance. Okay, armature copper losses means the Ia square Ra, and shunt field copper losses means the ISH square into Ra. Okay, shunt field copper losses means the ISH square into RSH, and series field copper losses means the ISC square into RSC. Okay, ISC square into RSC. Okay, understand my series field copper losses means the ISC square into RSC. Shunt field copper losses means the ISH square into RSH. Armature copper losses means the Ia square into Ra. Okay, these are the various types of copper losses in a generator. Okay, in a generator, armature copper loss, shunt field copper loss, and series field copper losses. Okay, basically the copper losses means the I square R. If you are increasing the resistance, then automatically this copper losses is also increases. Why? Because the resistance is increases, the cross-sectional area will be decreased. Automatically the resistance is increased. Okay, therefore the resistance is inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area. Inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area. Okay, understand ma? This is the copper losses in the case of a DC generator. Okay, that will be obtained 30 to 20 percentage for the total copper losses. The total losses, and 20 to 30 percentage is the shunt series field copper losses. Okay, that will be obtained in the total losses. Okay, next coming to the second type of loss is the iron losses. Okay, in that name we are having the iron. Okay, if you are having the any iron parts in the case of a DC generator, then automatically this type of losses will be obtained. Okay, this losses is occurs in the armature due to the rotation of the armature in the magnetic field. Okay, understand ma? This type of losses is obtained due to the rotation of a magnetic field in the armature. Okay, these losses are practically constant and are up to 20 to 30 percentage of full load losses. Okay, these losses are practically constant, and This type of losses are up to 20 to 30%. Okay, then these iron losses are classified into two types, that is hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. Okay, that is hysteresis losses and eddy current losses. Okay, hysteresis losses means that okay, these losses obtained due to the reverse of magnetic field as armature passes under a alternate north and the south poles. Okay, these losses occurs in the armature. Okay, these losses are occur in the armature. Occurs in the armature due to the reversal of the magnetic field. Okay, due to the reversal of the magnetic field, these types of losses is obtained. Okay, therefore hysteresis losses is WH. Okay, it is denoted as WH. Okay, then hysteresis losses, that is WH, is equal to eta B max power 1.6 FV watts. Okay, WH is equal to eta B max power 1.6 FV watts. Okay, where eta is the hysteresis coefficient and B max is the maximum flux density and F is the supply frequency and V is the voltage. Okay, eta is the hysteresis coefficient and B max is the maximum flux density and F is the supply frequency and V is the volts Okay, therefore these losses occurs in the armature. Okay, hysteresis losses is occur in the armature due to the reversal of the magnetic field. Okay, due to the reversal of the magnetic field. If the magnetic field is reversed, then we obtain the hysteresis losses. Therefore, that hysteresis losses, that is WH, is equal to eta B max power 1.6 and F into V. Okay, this is the formula for that hysteresis losses. Okay, then hysteresis losses is eta is the hysteresis coefficient and B max is the maximum flux density and F is the supply frequency and V is the voltage. F is the supply frequency and V is the voltage. Okay, this is the hysteresis losses in the case of a DC generator. Okay, next coming to the eddy current losses. Okay, the eddy current losses when the armature rotates in the magnetic field. Okay, these losses is obtained when the armature is rotating the magnetic field. The flux not only cuts the conductor but also cuts the armature core. Hence, an EMF is induced in the armature core which circulates the current called the eddy currents. Okay, whenever the armature is rotates in the magnetic field, okay, that armature does not cuts the flux lines and also it cuts the conductor. Okay, due to the cutting of that conductors, okay, armature core, hence an EMF is induced. Okay, due to that induced EMF, some currents are circulated. Okay, these types of currents are called as the eddy currents. Okay, these losses due to the eddy currents is known as the eddy current losses. ఓకే, ఎప్పుడు మనకి ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్స్ అనేవి అప్ అండ్ అవుతున్నాయి, ఎప్పుడైతే మనకి ఆర్మేచర్ అనేది రొటేట్ అవుతుందో మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ లో, అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందమ్మా, ఆ ఫీల్డ్ లో రొటేట్ అయినప్పుడు ఫ్లక్స్ లైన్స్ ని కట్ చేస్తుంది. దాంతో పాటు చుట్టూ ఉన్న కోర్ ని కూడా కొద్దిపాటు కట్ చేస్తుంది. ఎప్పుడైతే ఫారడేస్ లాస్ ప్రకారం అది కట్ చేసిందో, సమ్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ విల్ బి ఇండ్యూస్డ్ డ్యూ టు ద కటింగ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ కోర్. ఓకే, ఆ కోర్ కట్ చేయడం వల్ల వేరే ఈఎంఎఫ్ కూడా మనకి ఇండ్యూస్డ్ అయింది. ఆ ఈఎంఎఫ్ వల్ల కొన్ని కరెంట్స్ అనేవి ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతున్నాయి. ఓకే, దట్ కరెంట్స్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ద ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్స్. ఓకే, దట్ కరెంట్స్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ద ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్స్. ఓకే, ఆ కరెంట్స్ వల్ల వచ్చే లాసెస్ ని మనం ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్ లాసెస్ అంటున్నాం. ఓకే, హిస్టెరిసిస్ లాసెస్ అంటే ఏంటి, మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ అనేది రొటేట్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు, రివర్స్ అనేది జరిగినప్పుడు నార్త్ సౌత్ పోల్స్ లో, అప్పుడు మనకి హిస్టెరిసిస్ లాసెస్ అనేవి అప్ అండ్ అవుతాయి. అదే ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్ లాసెస్ అనేవి ఫ్లక్స్ ని కాకుండా కోర్ ని కట్ చేసినప్పుడు మనకి ఆ కోర్ ని కట్ చేయడం వల్ల ఈఎంఎఫ్ అనేది ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. ఆ ఈఎంఎఫ్ వల్ల సమ్ కరెంట్స్ అనేవి ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతాయి. ఓకే, ఆ కరెంట్స్ ని మనం ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్స్ అంటున్నాం. ఆ ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్స్ వల్ల వచ్చే లాసెస్ ని ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్ లాసెస్ అంటున్నాం. ఓకే, therefore ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్స్ లాసెస్ ఈక్వల్ టు WE ఈక్వల్ టు K B max square F square T square into V. K B max square F square T square into V watts గా ఎడ్డీ కరెంట్స్ ని మనం కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేసాం. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ mechanical losses. Okay, this is the last type of losses, or the third type of losses, that is the frictional losses and windage losses. Okay, these mechanical losses are classified into two types. Okay, that is frictional losses and windage losses. Okay, these losses are practically constant. Okay, this type of mechanical losses are practically constant unless the speed of the armature varies applicably. Okay, this type of losses is obtained about 10 to 20% only. Okay, due to the frictional parts we obtaining the frictional losses. Okay, that will be obtained in the brushes. Next one is the first of all we know the what are the constant losses are there and what are the variable losses are there in the case of a DC generator. Okay, the magnetic and mechanical losses is known as the stray losses or the rotational losses. Okay, both losses are called as the stray losses or the rotational losses. Okay, magnetic and mechanical losses are called as the rotational losses. Next, the shunt field copper losses means the constant losses. Okay, what is the shunt field copper losses? That is ISH square into RSH. Okay, what is the formula for that shunt field copper losses? That is ISH square into RA. Okay, therefore the shunt field copper losses is ISH square into RA. Okay, hence stray losses and the shunt field losses are collectively known as the constant losses. Stray losses and shunt field copper losses are known as the constant losses. Okay, armature copper losses and series copper losses are known as the variable losses. Armature copper losses and series field copper losses are known as the variable losses. Okay, these losses is vary with the load current. Okay, these losses are vary with the load current. Why? Because these losses is vary with the load current. Okay, these losses is proportional to the I square R. Okay, then these losses is vary with the load current. Okay, therefore total losses means the constant losses plus variable losses. Okay, total losses means constant losses plus variable losses. Okay, these are the various constant and the total losses. Okay, understand first of all how many types of losses are there? That is mechanical losses, iron losses, copper losses. Okay, copper losses, iron losses, mechanical losses. Okay, that copper losses ni again mana three parts ka divide chesam. Armature copper losses, shunt field copper losses, series field copper losses. Okay, understand ma? Armature copper losses means the normally copper losses is I square R losses. I square R losses. Okay, armature copper losses means IA square RA. Okay, armature copper losses means IA square into RA. Okay, shunt field copper losses means ISH square into RSH. Okay, series field copper losses means ISC square into RSC. Okay, normally the copper losses is directly proportional to the I square R. Okay, therefore the resistance is inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area. If the cross-sectional area is decreases, then the resistance is increases. Okay, then the resistance is increases. Okay, therefore copper losses is directly proportional to the I square R. If the resistance is increases or current increases, then automatically this type of losses is increases. Okay. Next, iron losses. Iron losses is divided into two types, that is hysteresis and eddy current losses. Okay, what is meant by hysteresis losses? When the reversal of the flux flow in the magnetic field, okay, then automatically this type of losses is obtained. Okay, that means that the flux direction is north to south or south to north. Okay, then the reversal of that flux direction, then this type of losses is obtained. Next, eddy current losses, when the magnetic flux cut by the core, then the EMF is induces. Due to that EMF, some eddy currents are developed. Due to that eddy current, some losses are obtained. Okay, this type of losses are called as the eddy current losses. Next, frictional losses and the windage losses. Okay, this frictional losses is basically obtained due to the brushes. Okay, due to the brushes. Okay, and windage losses are obtained due to the various contacts of that various contacts of the molecules in the air, that is the air friction. Next, coming to the constant losses and the variable losses, that is very important for the solving the problems in the case of the efficiency or the losses. Okay, what are the constant losses are there? Constant losses means the shunt field copper, constant losses means the shunt field copper losses and stray losses. Okay, shunt field copper losses and stray losses are the constant losses, and variable losses are the armature copper losses, and series field copper losses are the variable losses. Okay, therefore the total losses is constant losses plus variable losses. Okay, therefore the total losses is equal to constant losses plus variable losses. Okay, these are the various types of losses that will be obtained in the DC generator. Okay, this is the various power stages in the DC generator. Okay, this is the mechanical input or the output of a prime mover. Okay, then we obtain the iron and the friction losses at this stage, and the power developed in the armature. Okay, after developing that power, we obtaining the copper losses, then we obtain the electrical power output. Okay, then we obtain the electrical power output. Okay, these are the various stages in the case of a DC generators. Okay, these are the various types of a losses in the DC generator. Okay, understand my next, coming to the second topic, that is the efficiency of a DC generator. Okay, that is the efficiency of a DC generator. Okay, what is the formula for that efficiency? Okay, normally, okay, the formula for that efficiency is that it is denoted by the eta. Okay, the efficiency is denoted by eta. Okay, normally the efficiency is the output by input. How we will calculate the efficiency for any mission or the anything? Okay, that is output by input. Okay, we are considering the DC generator. Okay, we are considering the DC generator. Okay, what is the output for that generator? Electrical output. Okay, when we are giving the mechanical energy to the generator, okay, that generator is converted into the electrical energy. Okay, that means, okay, what is the output? That is electrical energy is the electrical output. And what is the input? Mechanical energy. Okay, that is the mechanical input. Okay, mechanical input. Okay, therefore, again we can be written as output is equal to, why? Because the output is decreases when compared to the input. That means due to the some losses. Okay, if you are giving the any input to any mission, okay, exactly the total input does not converted into the output. Why? Because means some losses will be obtained. obtained while converting that input to the output. Okay, due to that losses, the output is decreases when compared to the input. Okay, therefore, the formula for that output is equal to, input minus total losses. Okay, the formula for that output equal to input minus total losses. Input minus total losses. Okay, this is the formula for that output. Okay, substitute that electrical output is replaced with the input minus total losses by input. Okay, by input into 100. Okay, input minus total losses by input into 100. Okay, therefore the input is equal to output plus total losses. Okay, therefore the input is equal to output plus total losses. Okay, this is the formula for that efficiency of a DC generator. Okay, understand, ma? Next, normally 1 bhp horsepower is equal to 746 watts. Okay, this will be used in the problems. Okay, normally the electrical efficiency is equal to electrical power output by V into IL. Electrical power output means V into IL, and electrical power developed in the armature means EGIA. Okay, electrical power developed in the armature means EGIA. Okay, this is the efficiency, electrical efficiency of a DC machine. Next, what is the condition for maximum efficiency? Okay, if you require the maximum efficiency, what is the condition for the DC generator? Okay, that will be derived. Okay, the efficiency of a DC generator is not constant. Okay, this will be varies with the load. Okay, therefore, the efficiency of a DC generator is not constant. Okay, it will be vary with the load. Okay, it will be vary with the load. Okay, this is the shunt generator. Okay, this is the armature and this is the field winding F, F, F and armature A, A. Okay, in that armature, we are having the armature resistance and this is the armature current IA. Okay, therefore, this armature current is divided into two currents, that is the load current and the shunt field current, and this is the shunt field resistance RSH, and this is the shunt generator. Okay, first of all, we are taking the generator output. Okay, what is the output for that generator? Electrical output. Okay, that is V into IL, electrical power. Okay, the generator output is V into IL. Generator output is V into IL, electrical power. Next, what is the generator input? Output plus total losses. Okay, generator input equal to output plus total losses. Okay, what is the output? V into IL. Okay, substitute this output is replaced with the V into IL. Okay, therefore output is V into IL plus total losses. Okay, what is the formula for that total losses? Variable losses plus constant losses. Okay, in the previous slides, we already discussed about the what are the constant losses and what are the variable losses are there. Okay, variable losses means the armature copper losses. Okay, variable losses means the armature copper losses. And constant losses means that will be considered as the WC. Constant losses means WC. Okay, variable losses is the armature copper losses. And what is the formula for that armature copper losses? Armature copper losses is IA square into RA. IA square into RA. Okay, next constant losses is the WC. Constant losses is WC. Okay, that is equal to VIL plus IA. IA means that while we are observing the diagram shunt generator, okay, what is the IA formula? This IA current is divided into two currents, that is IL, ISH. Okay, IA is equal to IL plus ISH. Then IA equal to IL plus ISH. Okay. IA equal to IL plus ISH. Substitute IA is equal to IL plus ISH. Then VIL plus IL plus ISH whole square into RA. Okay, IL plus ISH whole square into RA plus WC. Okay, plus WC. Okay, the shunt field current ISH is generally very small. Okay, therefore, this ISH is very small as compared to the load current IL. Okay, then ISH will be replaced with 0. Why? Because it will be replaced with 0. It is very small value. That's why we are considering as only ILRA. Therefore, this armature copper losses is basically dependent on the load current. Why? Because IL square RA. Okay, that means square times the load current. Okay, therefore, the variable losses is vary depending upon the load current. Okay, therefore, the variable losses is increases depending upon the load current. Okay, then ISH is replaced with 0. Therefore, VLIL plus IL square RA plus WC plus WC. Then efficiency is output by input. Okay, what is the output? Electrical power V into IL. Input is output plus losses. Okay, these two are the losses, armature copper losses and constant losses. Next, divide both the numerator and denominator with V into IL. Then we get 1 by 1 plus ILRA by V. V into IL, then square and the IL gets cancelled, plus WC by VIL, plus WC by VIL. Then the maximum efficiency is occurred when differentiating the denominator with respect to IL and equal to 0. Okay, by differentiating this denominator and it will be equal to 0. Okay, what is the differentiation for that one? One is 0. Then differentiate with respect to the IL means IL is equal to 1. Therefore, constant is RA by V minus 1 by X. So plus 1 by X. 1 by X. What is the differentiation for 1 by X? Minus 1 by X square. Okay, minus 1 by IL square. Constant is WC by V. Constant is WC by V. Okay, is equal to 0. Therefore, RA by V is equal to, okay, this minus is going outside of that equal, then we obtain positive value, that is WC VIL. Okay, therefore, this can be written as, okay, this for, then with this V gets cancelled. Therefore, RA is equal to WC by IL square. Okay, then this IL is multiplied with RA, then IL square RA is equal to WC. Okay, therefore, these are the armature copper losses and this is the constant losses. Armature copper losses means the variable losses. Okay, therefore, what is the condition for that maximum efficiency means variable losses is equal to the constant losses. Okay, when how we will obtain the maximum efficiency means differentiating the denominator with respect to the IL. Okay, then that's value is IL square RA is equal to WC. IL square RA equal to WC. Okay, that is variable losses is equal to the constant losses. Okay, this is the condition for the maximum efficiency. Okay, understand ma? This is the condition for that maximum efficiency. Therefore, in this formula, therefore, we can write as IL equation, that is IL is equal to square will WC by RA, IL square is equal to WC by RA. Then the square is going outside of that equal, then it will be considered as square root. Okay, therefore IL is equal to square root of WC by RA. IL is equal to square root of WC by RA. Okay, this is the condition for the maximum efficiency. Therefore, the condition for the maximum efficiency is the variable losses is equal to the constant losses. Okay, understand ma? Variable losses is equal to constant losses. Okay, understand? Okay, understand ma? This is the condition for that maximum efficiency. Okay, that means the variable losses is equal to the constant losses. And this is the formula for that efficiency. Okay, in the next class, we are discussing about the problems on efficiency and losses. Okay, that will be solved in the next class.